we're pushing out. The main reason is so that we can drop the car back down a little bit. It sits really high, and then it also gives us just some more clearance overall, just kind of all over the place. And so that's kind of like the main goals with doing this. And it's also going to look unique. It's going to be pretty cool. It's a good skill to learn. I mean, it's not that important to learn this skill, but I think it's cool. It's cool to know how to do it. So I want to take you guys with me for that. And this is going to be probably a 2 or 3 part video, like series, because painting it is going to be a whole different thing.
So the first thing that we're doing here is we are going to draw our line. So drawing a line is always scary, just because a lot of the time you're freehanding it. I freehanded the whole thing, and I'm not an artist or anything, but it's not as bad as it seems. And then the next scary part is actually making the cut. Cutting into painted and perfectly fine non-dented fenders is always scary. It's kind of nerve-wracking, but it's really not too bad. So you should just go for it. Be confident in what you're doing, and be confident that you can always fix any mistakes. With metal, it's pretty easy to do that. So we are making our first cut. So we now have to get an idea of where we want to place that outer part of the fender, and so we're using Clecos to kind of get the spacing right, going back and forth from side to side. Since we already did start the other side, we have to match this side up to it, which does make it a little bit more difficult, but it's not too bad. And then these cuts that I'm making here are relief cuts, and the point of that is to give you a way to pull out the metal without having, otherwise we're gonna have to add like 3 inches of metal, and it's gonna be in a weird shape. This way makes it a lot easier. You're able to pull out the metal. So we're putting the outer fender back on, and we're putting the Clecos back on, and we are going to use that outer fender as a reference, and we're gonna start pulling that out. So oddly enough, I mean, this is very thin metal, but you don't have to you do not have to heat it up to pull it out. It kind of just bends out by itself. And so now we're going to use the flap disc on the grinder, and we are going to get all the paint off. That way we can weld to it, because we do have to backfill all of this space now that we are adding. So that's where the welding comes in and stuff like that. So we're going to get to that soon, but first we have to clean up all our paint so we can weld to it. So we are going to make a couple pieces in our stomp shear here. We kind of just are, it's about 1.5 inch gap, so we're just going to make a 2-inch piece of steel, pretty thin, and just kind of variable lengths. That way we can work with what we need to in different spots. So
guys, so I'm sorry to be like voicing over most of this, but it's really loud in here normally. The guy that I'm at this shop that I used to work at a long time ago, and it's just loud in here. There's always something happening, and then this thing is always just blasting music. But let me give you a quick walk around of what's in here, so you guys don't have to watch me build crap the whole time. This is nuts. He does a lot of C10 work. There's another one over there. There's one outside too, I'll show you. But he does a lot of square body truck work, mostly custom stuff. Lowered, I mean, look at this. The tire's like almost outside of the bed. This is a 69 Camaro. There is an LS, what is it, LS9? I don't even know what it is. Out of a C7 Corvette that just got rebuilt. It's probably gonna make about 1,000 I think they're aiming for 900 wheel. But this thing's nuts. This guy's got all of like a bunch of carbon fiber pieces and stuff. Door handles, I really like these door handles. Try and convince my dad to get those when we start working on his. This is a Tahoe. I don't know, I'm not a big fan of Tahoes, but this guy's gonna go very, very low. I cut out the whole floor of this when I was working here, because we're gonna C-notch that frame. So that thing's gonna sit really, really low. All this carbon fiber is for the Camaro. This guy came in not too long ago. This thing is awesome. I really, really, really like the color scheme here. Like mostly black, but all the chrome is like the perfect amount of chrome. Like I said, there's another another, I think it's an Impala. I don't really know, honestly. And then a pre-runner truck. But this is where we're at so far. I'm starting to tack these pieces in. It's really windy out, so I have to like block the air to take out because the air will mess up the gas coverage and stuff. So honestly, like 2 of these tacks were not good because of that specifically. So we're just working on that so far, just trying to make it all pretty even. Like I said, sorry about voicing over most of these videos, but it's loud in here, and I'm also not going to be like vlogging while I'm doing this. Okay, another day working on these fenders. Today we're gonna start finish welding. I've only really got like an hour of time, but we're gonna start finish welding most of this, as much as we can anyways. Some of these still gotta get filled in, and I've gotta get some metal pieces and stuff like that. But we're just gonna finish weld as much as we can right now while I'm home. I don't have that much time, but I'm gonna do it right now. Oh, so another thing to note, if you guys ever do anything like this, with stuff like this specifically, and really all metal, but this is especially when you're looking for the looks to be good and stuff, you don't want to just blast through all of these, like just weld all the way across one thing, because it'll warp everything. Everything will start to warp with the heat and stuff. So we're just going to be moving from side to side, really, and just kind of do as much as we can. All right, I gotta be honest with you guys, this is pissing me off. This thing, it's so annoying. I gotta stitch weld everything, so I can only do like these little increments. I'm basically just going from tack to tack, like, because I tacked these all about 1/2 inch apart, and so now I'm just doing a 1/2 inch little stringer real quick. But I can't hold it, like it's terrible. There's obviously not a lot of like adjustability in this machine either. I'm having to look at all of these and stuff. I don't know, it's kind of irritating that I can't just blast through these. I could have been done with this in like 10 minutes if I could have just welded right through it, but it's so thin that I just can't. So I'm just like zap, tap, zap, wait, zap, wait, zap, wait. It's stressful and annoying. Nevertheless, I've just got this to do and these holes to do, and then I can start flap disking that, and I'll show you how to do that. The only area that I really see being an issue when it comes to like doing some body work and stuff is going to be this area. This front part here, you can't see it really. I mean, you might be able, yeah, you can kind of see it. This is sitting lower than this is. I don't know, you can kind of see it, not that well, but so we'll have to just add some more material there when we're doing the actual body work. Alrighty, well, this side is all pretty much fully welded up. We just got to get these done. These are a pain, so I'm just not fully done with those yet. But overall, we are definitely getting there. Pretty happy with it so far. Yeah, I mean, I figured out some better settings anyways. It's kind of hard with this thing, but we're getting there. I just have to finish these up, these cuts, and then we'll be able to flap this side. So I ended up getting the whole thing pretty much done. We're only body work and paint away from getting this thing done. So I've got two more parts coming. One is going to be kind of just the finish up of everything, and I made a transition piece to the bumper that looks really good. I'm pretty happy with it, and so I have videos of all that. I'll be making a video for that, and then the next thing is just going to be paint and body work. I actually started this a couple weeks ago. I haven't really been able to finish it. I haven't even really been able to work on it because it's raining. Where I'm at, it's been raining for about 3 weeks now. Just kind of on and off. A couple days really, really bad. A couple days not too bad. So I just haven't had time. But
working on the videos. I think we'll start to have a break in the rain, so I figured I'd get the first video out, get the next couple ones out pretty soon. I don't normally do like a series like this, but it is going to be a couple part series. So stay tuned for the next ones, and I appreciate you watching this one.